Oh, aligning the audio, very nice. My name is Oliver Gupta and I am playing Sun. The play it's a very special play because it's written by a good friend of mine and I'm excited to see it to the end. It's a very fun story. Fun. It's an interesting story. I'm fascinated by the characters in it and I can't wait to see it like fully realised and on stage for people. Oh, it's gotta be Johnny and the lad. They're just hilarious. The chemistry between Sean and Abdi is just incredible. It's so much fun to watch them have fun with each other. Definitely like any of Abdi's roles. I'd love to. The lad, he's so funny. I think Johnny would also be quite fun as well because he's another character that's got like so much going on for him, but also kind of very different from Sun, but similar in a way. Adam, the producer, who's sat behind the camera, he's a very, very good friend of mine, and he's asked me to be involved in multiple projects of his, and this is the first one we're taking to the stage, and it's something I'm really excited for. I've obviously been brainstorming a few ideas, well, been part of the brainstorming process for you for a while, and when you presented this one to us and we did it on Zoom, it was just, it was a really nice story to explore, and it's been developing since we started it, and it's just been getting better and better and better. And I think coming into the rehearsal space, it's always fun to just kind of start putting things in action and like take things from, especially Zoom, taking things off of Zoom and bringing them into reality and start actually interacting with everyone else's characters in the room. It's amazing. I'd say enlightening. Enlightening is a good one. God, why not gay? And the last one, I think fun as well. So for me, I had to like kind of draw a couple of parallels between Sun and myself. I've obviously not gone through what Sun's gone through, but I've been through some times in my life where the struggles have been somewhat relatable. So it's been kind of like remembering back then and kind of trying to draw parallels and exaggerating a lot of the things that I felt then, because I feel like in the whole scheme of things, Sun is just a good person, and he's a good person come along desperate times, and he's just trying to get to the end of it. He's trying to survive, and then he's trying to live his life, and there is a relatability in that I can draw from, and it's fun to see the little jubilations he has throughout and the discoveries, and yeah, I just think that he's a very relatable character. Clink. I think it conveys acceptance. I think everyone goes through very different things, and everyone's experience of similar things is different. Not everyone comes out in the same way, not everyone gets accepted in the same way. And I think it's important that when we do get accepted, we get accepted without judgment and without bias, whether it be I'm gay, I'm trans, or even the things that aren't LGBT, I'm neurodivergent, I'm dating someone of a different race, whatever you decide to do should come with acceptance, and the play definitely explores this idea of that. I mean, on a very technical level, this is the first show I'm doing that isn't a school show or an amateur show at home. It's my first London show, which is really exciting. I know it's your first London show as well, so very, very exciting stuff there. I think the show being about exploration, that's not usually a thing I've been part of in the past. It's usually been, there's an established thing and we're just kind of working around that kind of concept. Whereas this idea of finding yourself is not something I think I've ever really done in a show before. So I think it's really exciting to go through that instead of the, established character going through something that, is... You can cut that bit. I don't know what I'm saying. I think the audience will take away the sense of uniqueness and the idea that just because you are different from the people around you and your family, and the idea that whoever you are, there is a place for you in the world. So I think it's super important for people to have this acceptance of people regardless of who they are, and maybe they won't resonate with this specific scenario. I reckon the people who will come and watch it are probably pretty pro-LGBT, but I reckon there might be some other aspects of their life that they might go, oh, maybe there was a little bit of this sort of lack of acceptance that I pushed in there. And maybe they'll come out of it being even more open-minded than they probably already are. Honestly, this might be something that they've heard a lot, but strong and wrong. Because there is so much that comes from doing things wrong. Knowing what doesn't work is just as important as knowing what is right. And I think it's even more important. Because the more you know about a character and what is and what isn't your character, the more you can understand that character. And there's a really good saying that someone said, and it was, when I know what I'm doing, I don't need to act. And that's so important. The more you know about your character and the more you know about the situation your character is in, the more that you will be able to just fill that role. And it's surprising how quickly that can come around. Sometimes it's one discovery and you'll be like, bang, I'm there. But sometimes it's a process and it takes some time and it can be really frustrating sometimes, but just keep sticking with that process of making a choice, going with it, and then evaluating whether or not you want to keep those choices that you've made. Not one for mottos. Right. Strong and wrong is definitely one of them. I'd say that's more in an acting sense. I think in my own life, I think probably it is what it is probably the best way to do it. I think I usually get in my head about a lot of things, but I think once I've done them, there's not really much you can change. So, I think it is what it is just kind of a nice way to kind of neutralize the decisions you've made in the past and just kind of move forward. My favourite sauce? It's hard to say. I'd probably say barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a Subway without barbecue sauce.
Would you have it with every takeaway then?
With every takeaway. Takeaways are a different kind of beans though. You go for a takeaway, I feel like you've got to have ketchup with a takeaway. Good old fish and chips, you've got to have ketchup on the side. But curry sauce as well. It's a hard question, this one. I think it's a very... It's such a hard question. I think it really depends. I'd say overall the sauce I use the most is probably tomato ketchup. But there's a lot of interchangeable circumstances. So I'm gonna have to give you that non-answer, but I'll put ketchup if you need one.
That's gonna be so nice then.
Oh, that's hard. I used to have cats, but now I have a dog. It's hard. I love my dog. I love my dog so much. He's adorable. He's fast and he's got energy, so he's a little spitball, runs around everywhere. But I do kind of like some cats. I like the fact the cats can just come up and curl up on your lap and you can stroke them and feel like a Bond villain every now and then. But I think I'm gonna have to say dogs. as few regrets as possible. I think I want to just kind of go through it and be like, regardless of what happened, I'm happy. And I'm on there. I'm doing pretty well. You know, I think this is the first year in a while that I've started and been like, yeah, we're on a good streak. Good streak? What is a streak? we're on a good track. Eloquence. No, I would just I would very much like to just look back at the end of the year and be like, good year. That's I think if that was what happened, I think I'd be happy. That's all I need.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you.
What a fun interview that we did.
Yeah. Do you want to? Oh.
Oh, sorry, you're not in it.
It's okay. I'm gonna come over
You're just a
and
disembodied
take
hand.
the,
Yeah, go for it.
Take the microphone off. Oh, there we go. Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Bye.